Meet the man who wrote this on this wall. His name is Nick. And when I'm told we can't show you his face, I don't know if we're going to have to disguise his voice. Technically, I think you'd call him a vandal, but he's achieved a weird level of notoriety by writing interesting things that most people ultimately would agree with. And now, famous people, stupid famous people, in many cases, are buying his stuff. And it's going to be dark soon, and that's when he works. So I'm here at 6:30 in downtown Los Angeles to stop making stupid people famous and meet the man who's on a crusade to do that very thing and other stuff.
Mike.
Hey.
Hey, good to meet you. How are you?
Great.
Good. Thanks for coming down.
Thanks for having us.
My pleasure.
I just love it. It was funny in the parking lot. It's funnier on you.
Thank you.
There's a moniker, which is Plastic Jesus.
Yeah.
And I can call you by your first name?
Call me Nick, yeah.
Which is Nick.
Yeah.
What do you do?
I'm a street artist, which in simple terms means I'm an artist and I go out and put my art up on the streets. Let me give you a bit of history about me first of all, if I may.
Sure.
I've been a photojournalist for 20 years. I've covered wars, I've covered earthquakes, I've covered child trafficking, prostitution, money laundering. And for me, that's a really fulfilling career. But it got to the point a few years ago, somebody who spent 20 years as a journalist, I was increasingly frustrated with the focus on celebrity. So I kind of had a message that I wanted to get out there. And I'm interested in street art from quite an early age. The British street artist Banksy, who is, world famous.
Right.
Yeah, exactly. One of the first pieces I did was a stencil of Lance Armstrong on his bike connected up to an IV drip. It was the same time that Armstrong was doing his Oprah Winfrey confession on TV.
Yeah.
Very simple stencil, and I was blown away with the feedback I got from it.
Well, how do you get feedback? They don't know who did it.
Social media plays a huge part in street art these days. Pieces can go viral quite easily.
Right. There's no commerce in this then. You're not getting paid.
Well, you do. Generally, I'll produce a piece on the street, and depending what feedback I get from it, I'll then go and produce a small number, limited edition of canvases that will be sold by a select few galleries around the world. Now, a lot of street artists are complete subversives, anarchists, anti-capitalists. I'm not like that. I don't mind a bit of commercialism and capitalism. That's a Steve Jobs quote, stay hungry, stay foolish.
Nick's tomfoolery sometimes takes the form of provocative street installations, but he still tries to keep it fun.
The piece is called Credit Trap, which at the end of the day says the banks.
Yeah.
But it does it in a kind of palatable kind of way, a way that's acceptable to most people.
The best way to understand street art is to do street art. So Nick and I will pack up some supplies and paint the town. Literally.
Okay, we're putting this in my truck.
Oh, we're just putting a giant mousetrap into the back of the pickup. Shouldn't be in a minute. And just for the heck of it, we'll throw Credit Trap in the back of Nick's truck. See who we can catch.
We'll just make sure it's strapped on, because I'd hate to have to fill in an insurance claim to say that an 8-foot mousetrap killed somebody on the 101.
Yeah, it's an awkward claim. The sun is set in the City of Angels, and I'm about to embark on a night of illicit activity with street artist Nick, a.k.a. Plastic Jesus.
The city have this kind of schizophrenic approach to street art. Whilst they love people putting some murals up in some areas, they go out and send cops to bust people in other areas for doing exactly the same thing.
We're calling attention to a guy who technically is breaking the law. How do you parse that?
Yeah, what I do is breaking the law, but for me, the significance of getting my messages out, they trump that in a way.
As a cop, too. Have you ever gotten in trouble?
Just a few months back, I was doing a piece, and I was caught mid-spray. I just said to the cop, hey look, I've got some white paint there, I can spray over it in 20 seconds, save you the trouble of booking me in and the rest of it, and yeah, he let me. He let me do exactly that, so a bit of a relief to me.
Yeah, I bet.
And
because that's not a ticket, you're going downtown.
Well, yeah, exactly, yeah.
Just because I'm participating in questionable activities on the nighttime streets of L.A. doesn't mean I'm advocating street art as a legitimate form of protest. But it is kind of fun, and it's not like we're hurting anybody, unless that giant mousetrap should snap shut on someone's neck. That would be bad.
Let's go ahead.
I'd probably think twice before grabbing that thing.
Right, so what we're going to do now is just drive off and then find somewhere where we can watch it from a distance. I love seeing people's reactions to my pieces, it's part of the fun.
You can't walk past and not look back. That guy gave it a long look. Just walk by. I mean, you gotta look. It's a mousetrap in the sidewalk. What do you suspect they're saying?
Traditionally, street artists have been people that want to get a piece up high in a building, where it's not going to get painted over because it's difficult to get to. For me, some of my pieces have only stayed up for hours, but it doesn't matter so much. As long as people have come along, they've photographed it, they've done selfies there, they've tagged it, and they've put it on social media. That is as important as the location and getting the piece up.
He wants to take your credit card? Oh, he's afraid the whole thing.
Oh yeah, he thinks he's going to grab everything at the come. If you want to head out, we can go and do some stencils on some walls.
All right, let's do that. Where did the plastic Jesus come from?
I'm an atheist, and I found it quite surprising that you get people driving around their cars with a little 3-inch plastic Jesus on the dashboard. I just thought, you know, if your religion and your faith is that strong, why do you need to go and spend $4.95 to buy this little gutted character? Plus, plastic Jesus in itself is a fake icon, it's a fake idol, and a lot of the message and the pieces I deal with is also about fake idols, celebrities, and so on, so I thought it worked quite well.
Is this our canvas?
Yeah.
It's cool.
Get out the car. Right, we're going to work pretty quickly. We can create multicolour stencils by having a different piece of card for each colour. Now we've got quite a few layers of stencils here, so we need quite a few bits of tape, so.
What's the purpose of the tape?
This holds the sheets up, holds the stencil up.
Oh.
First thing we want to do is put the black layer up. Tape. Just so we can see where everything goes to the next layers. Let's get this lined up. This corner. Okay. Right, next layer. The hell of it. There we are.
Want to get rid of the red and the gold?
Yeah, we're done with those. Okay. Okay, let's take that layer off. Okay.
There she is. What are you saying about that?
Something like 7 out of 10 children under the age of 10, they don't want to be train drivers, nurses, airline pilots anymore. They want to be famous.
Well, she wants to be a celebrity. She's not perfect.
You can do this one by yourself. The wall's your canvas.
Oh, I see.
So look at that.
Ah! Well, there you go. They'll never track me down from this.
We're going to another location now, doing another stencil.
All right. Well, it speaks for itself. She wants to be a celebrity because somebody's got to do it. I think we're right on the verge of making a statement.
Mike, you're enjoying this a bit too much. You got your glove on? Okay,
Yeah.
it's just driving around town. Don't really want us to get caught with gloves on, covered in paint.
With
A mission
face covered,
Yeah, exactly.
tape all over my legs.
No, officer, it wasn't us.
No, I'm not me.
Stinging of pain. What gives you that idea? I know a guy who got his door kicked in at 4 a.m. in the morning for doing street art. He did these amazing murals on walls. And cops decided to go and bust him. Kicked his door in, seized all his computers, his hard drives, threw his girlfriend and kid out of bed, grabbed their computers, for painting pictures on walls. It's crazy. And this is all we've got.
It's a fine wall.
We'll go do your stencil now.
Yeah.
So here's a stencil.
Nick's allowing me to create my own message tonight, and he's prepared a stencil at my request. The story behind it is my guidance counselor in high school had this poster hanging over his desk showing a happy guy holding a college degree standing next to a sad guy with a wrench. The caption read, "Work smart, not hard." And I think it was a bad idea to promote one form of education at the expense of all the others. So I always said if I could go back in time and change not to and, I would.
Okay, we just peel that off. These are acrylic paints, they dry really quickly, so just give that a moment to dry.
With my plan concisely in place, what could possibly go wrong?
Mike,
Yeah.
did you need a hard and smart reverse here?
Work hard.
Did you work smart, not hard?
Oh, yeah.
Work.
Oh, yeah. That was the original saying. Work smart, not hard.
We can cut that and reposition the words to separate words.
That's what we have to do. We got to do it right. Good catch, Steve.
I'm sure I checked my email about 3-4 times. This is what I told you about getting everything ready before you come on the street.
I should have read it more carefully. With the keen eye of my producer, my message is saved. I feel like a very smart street artist right now.
Oh, we're working hard. I don't know if it's smart, yeah.
If not my pride. There's something kind of very sitcom-y about the whole dyslexic street artist, you know?
I'm not saying anything. This is hurting me. This is like Laurel and Hardy, isn't it, right now?
No, they were funny. I'm with outlaw street artist Plastic Jesus, Nick, to his friends, trying to set right some bad advice I got back in high school.
Did you work smart, not hard?
Oh, yeah. That was the original saying. Work smart, not hard. But I guess when it comes to minor vandalism, sometimes it's easier to work hard than smart.
Okay. Now,
That's the old platitude. That's the worst advice I ever got. So this is correcting it. There's a message. So the worst advice in the world is now corrected into something a bit more usable, sensible, logical.
I've got a new stencil here, special for you. Pull this off.
Okay, I've got no idea what I'm looking at. Looks like a molar.
Take. Okay, that's good. Take.
Okay. And what are you making?
You can say that now, but hopefully not at the end. Right. Maybe the ultimate selfie. Let's have a look. Stand back. Let's stand over here.
I'm pretty sure they're gonna know I was here. That is crazy.
You like it?
I mean, that is really crazy. How's that possible? I mean, that looks like a photo.
Yeah, you take a photo, and then in some photo software, you then create the different layers you want, number of colors, and then spend hours cutting the thing out of you. At least be slightly grateful.
I am blown away, man. It really looks like me. Thanks, man.
My pleasure.
That was very nice
Hope
of
you
you.
like it.
I do. Would you sign it?
Yeah, I can sign it.
This again right there is an original Plastic Jesus.
There you go. Signed as well. A Plastic Jesus original. One last thing.
Yeah.
I hate to think you have to come around here with an angle grinder and cut the wall down, so I've got a little something for you.
If history is any indicator, somebody right now is firing off a strongly worded memo chastising me for breaking the laws of the land. Relax. We got permission. You're too kind, man.
My pleasure. It's been fun having you out on the streets.
Tomorrow night, though, I'm sure Plastic Jesus will be right back to living outside the law. I hope the next time I see you, I'm not posting bail.
It might come to that.
I hope I'm not reading about you in some, police blotter. But, I knew you when. Years from now, I predict you'll be the toast of some town. Or some
Not town with a
I don't know exactly. I don't know, but either way, thank you.
My pleasure.
This is
Thanks for
very,
coming out
very
with me.
cool.
It's been fun.
What time is it? It's 11:30 on Melrose. We really should find a pub.
Good idea. Let's go.
I don't have any ID, but I bet they'll let me in with it.
Hey, we're going to clear up. We don't leave a mess on.
No, of course not.